This looks like crap.
Wow. Hello friends, family, and people of the internet. My name is Brendan, but most people call me Chesto, and I wanted to make this video to check in to say hello. It's been a while. I haven't done one of these in a very long time. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're staying healthy and happy and so on. And I wanted to make this video as a belated birthday celebration of sorts of things you can look up with your eyes. My everyday project, which just crossed, well, 45 days ago to be exact, just crossed year 7. So that's 2,555 days. And in the name of celebration, I wanted to do my usual recap of the last 365 days of things you can look up with your eyes. So for those of you who are still counting, that's day 2,190 to day 2,555. It's always super interesting for me to look back over the last year to see what ideas I played around with, to see what concepts I've messed around with, had fun with, experimented with, gotten sick of, moved on from, came back to, and so on. All sort of under the heading of experimenting, getting better, and overall trying to make beautiful things. So with that intro in mind, let's get into it. So I started off the year doing some trippy, kind of psychedelic, kaleidoscopic animations, playing with different video effects. And I love to see what geometry can be made by simply mirroring and angling a video over and over and over again, layers, iterated a whole bunch of times, just to see what comes of it. It's an effect which is super interesting to me that I can't really seem to get enough of. And interestingly enough, in various Eastern religions like Buddhism, for example, this sort of geometry takes the shape of something called a mandala, which is sort of representing the structure of the universe geometrically, as well as sort of a journey from inner experience to outer and vice versa, with the shape and the rotation and the geometry sort of inducing a trance-like or meditative experience. And as usual for me, I will never, ever, 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 ever tire of nature drone footage. Doesn't matter what it is, where it is. I can't get over how beautiful some of those shots are, and not to like be braggy or arrogant about it or anything, but it's crazy to me that even 5 to 10 years ago, shots like this would pretty well be impossible if you didn't have a helicopter, which is most people. And so to put this technology into the hands of people that otherwise wouldn't have access to it is really, really cool, and something that I still haven't really gotten over, I feel. So I'll keep it going from here on out, that's for sure. I also played around with doing somewhat surrealist sort of video art with superimposing or masking planets into an otherwise normal scene. Trying to make it look as though there's another planet in our solar system, like right near us, or we're on a different planet, or in a different star system entirely, which is sort of largely inspired by dreams I have on a regular basis, where I'm just sitting in a normal scene, whether it's on a beach or on the street, and there's just a planet superimposed on the sky, sort of otherworldly, but at the same time really, really banal. After that, I had a lot of fun doing some pseudo, I guess, motivational quotes, motion tracked onto various forms of footage, in large part inspired by a new friend of mine who lives in Toronto, Sam from Humble Ass Candles. She's dope, go check out her stuff, it's really cool. Had a ton of fun with that. And after that was spooky season, and if you know me, you know how much I love spooky season. You know, I kept up the earlier vibe of motion tracked stuff onto footage, whether it's text or animation or whatever, by making it spooky, of course, and then played around with some video effects on just stock video that I got from stock video websites. After that, I enlisted the help of a good friend to shed some light on and share some facts about dolphins, which was quite interesting and enlightening.
Dolphins have been known to set up fake Hollywood production houses in order to lure eager starlets into their casting couches. And there's no air conditioning.
And after that, we exposed the worldwide blood-sucking cult of mattress retailers.
It's come to my attention that Q stands for quilt, and they're in all our homes. The perfect cover. Sleep tight.
Shout out to MK Ultra for the help. And to close out the month, I had some fun with my good old friend, who you all know at this point, Mr. Skeletal. After that, I played around with some physics simulations in Cinema 4D, playing with smashing objects into other objects, which sort of eventually took the shape of celestial objects like planets. After that, sort of branching into more like astronomical objects like black holes, and then eventually moving to satellites and Mars rovers and stuff, focusing a bit on the Voyager probes and the James Webb Space Telescope, which I am still super excited about. We're actually going to start probably seeing images from JWST this summer, which I'm freaking stoked on. And generously paid for by my brother, I spent 10 days in Hawaii and got some of the most crazy, beautiful drone footage I've gotten in my life. And if you missed it, the edit of that footage is on my YouTube channel under Oahu in the Air is the name of that. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll link it somewhere here. So that was amazing. It was tons of fun. Went snorkeling, saw turtles. So much fun. That was just great. And this year, sort of marking things you can look at with your eyes first, I started focusing a lot more on like people-focused things and events. I turned a laundromat into a nightclub. Caught some pretty crazy celebrations of people winning a lot of money on sports. After which I then lost that money at a casino night. And shot my good friend Movi's set at Fortune Sound Club. All in all, a pretty awesome year filled with new techniques, new ideas, new concepts, the broadening of horizons, sort of all under the heading of trying to make beautiful things. Whether or not I achieve that is your call, I guess. So for anyone who has liked, viewed, commented, reshared, followed, unfollowed, if you've engaged with this content in any way, shape, or form, thank you so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Oh, and today is day 2600 of things you can look at with your eyes too, so that's cool, I guess.